Hello, my hooking homies. I've got a ton of finished objects I just wanted to share with you today. So if you want to hang around for that, I would very much appreciate it. And I'm just going to get started. I will try my very best to remember the stitches that I used, the yarn that I used, and all that kind of stuff. But anything I show you, I probably still have the tutorial for, because 90% of what I make, I follow a tutorial that I found on YouTube. I may use the stitch to make a different item. Like if I find a stitch that somebody made a hat out of, I may make a scarf out of it or a top out of it or whatever. But I do usually try to hold on to the tutorial links so that I can share them with you guys should you want to have them. So you're going to bounce a little bit because, as usual, we're on my bed. So just try to look over me. I'm going to try to move through this really quick. For one thing, I kind of have to because my camera only records 25 minutes at a time and it shuts off. So okay, I don't even know where to begin. I've got such a pile. It was one of those things where I should have been uploading and I kept neglecting it and putting it off. So anyway, here we go. Let's get started. By the way, this is my third time trying to record, so I'm a little bit exhausted. This is a sweater top that I made for my daughter-in-law. It's the Big Twist Twinkle yarn. It is a Bag-A-Day tutorial by Crystal. Except for the sleeves. I did my own sleeves. I just did the fishnet, mesh net, whatever you want to call it, with like that. And I know it's black, so it's hard to see. Let me see here if I can do it like one layer and give you an idea. I don't know if you can tell or not, and I can't tell because I don't have my glasses down because I'm trying not to have the glare. So anyway, that's it. If you can see it. It's a really cute top. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm under Kristie Klepper, and you can see pictures of her wearing it there. This was also Big Twist yarn, the white one, and you can't really see the glisten in the metallic of this one, but it's there in real life. It shows up really pretty. So here's this one. And I trimmed the waistline and the sleeves with Loops and Threads Lovey, Armet, or however you say it. Hopefully that's not blowing that out. And I used my ice yarns. I had some of that spray paint yarn, it's kind of like really plasticky. And another one of my ice metallic yarns, and twisted it up with this to make a rope for a drawstring cinch on the neckline so that she can cinch it up. Glistening snow is what I'm calling it, but you can't see it on camera. You can't see it in pictures. But it's there. And the body of it is made in the Suzette stitch. Can you hear me? Suzette stitch. Worked, forward and back. The sleeves are also the Suzette stitch, but they're worked in the round, so they look completely different. Isn't that neat? I just love it. I think it turned out really, really pretty. I hope you can see it. But really, to get an idea of what it looks like, you're going to have to go over onto my Instagram page, because she's modeling it for me over there. And what's going on with my neckline? Speaking of necklines, I think this was a whip one time. It's a finished object now. It's an ice yarn that I can't remember the name of. It's just a little fashion scarf worked in the shell stitch. So that's what that is. Sometimes I move through a little bit quick, so I'm trying to slow down just a little bit, but not too much, so that it don't take forever. This is also kind of backing up a little bit, the Big Twist yarn in that same white sparkly yarn, Suzette stitch hat. And my first time making the cowl, that twisted cowl, also the Suzette stitch. Just plain simple white and sparkly. I made a oversized Cupid throw with the mandala yarn from Line Brand. in the Suzette stitch. Been doing a lot of the Suzette stitch, ladies. Anybody else do that? You pick a stitch and you just kind of run with it for a while. And it's got the levy, Loops and Threads Levy Armette fur. And it's 3 cakes. And I didn't color control it, and I didn't really need to. It did very well color controlling itself. Got lucky. So, but the color is called Cupid, in case anybody wants to know. And so, there's that. That's the biggest item. That and the 2 sweaters are the biggest. Okay, what next? Just feel festive. I had a cake from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember the name of it. So I just made a skinny and a medium size scarves out of it. It just runs through pink, light pink, dark pink into like slate colors and colorways. I can't remember the name of the color, but it's a really thin. It's a thin yarn. See that? And a hair on it. Always a hair. Always a hair. So, and I do have the tutorial still for that if you want it. I'm not a big fan of bulky yarns. Everybody should probably know this about me by now, but sometimes I get a little bit crazy and want to try stuff. So I had got a ball of Premier Puzzle. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing an item. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then just as I knew, I didn't care for it. So I just ended up making a couple of quick beanie hats out of it. A big one and a smaller one. And then, with what I had left over, I made these little mug rug sets. Got a little tag. You can untie. There's 3 of them to a set. Little mug rugs. And so, I don't know where the rest of them got off to. There they are. There they are. 1, 2, and 3. 3 sets of mug rugs. So that's another finished item. The other bulky yarn that I tried was, sorry if you bounced, you're on my bed with me, gemstone, red heart gemstone yarn in the color agate, if that's how it's said, I'm not sure, but I started out making this ponytail beanie, like that. I didn't care for it. It's like, that colorway was so busy, it's like, I don't know, it just didn't impress me, so I kept on playing with it, and I made this hat, and I think that's called the knit stitch. I like it a little bit better, but still wasn't like, oh, that's it, And I made a Suzette stitch hat with it, which, it's okay. It's not ugly, but the crowning glory was when, well, where did my cowl go? I need to show you that first. I tried making a cowl. This is Crystal's pattern. Over Bag of Days, excuse me. It's her like 3D scarf pattern, and I just it's the same pattern. I just made it into a cowl, and this bow tie, whatever, it comes off, right? And I don't know, I liked it, but it wasn't until I made this scarf that I realized that this yarn just wanted to be simple. It didn't want to be fussed over. Let me unbutton it here. Oh gosh, I'm going to have my glasses just to, you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. What did I do? Okay, I got it. Let's get rid of the glare, shall we? So, this is a scarf. Now, it's the same Red Heart gemstone yarn, and doesn't that look a lot better? To me, that looks a lot better than this. Something just gets lost in it. You see, it just gets to drape and run from colorway to colorway, and one end is just your flat basic like that, and on the other end I did it like this. Whoop. I almost dropped it. And it's got a little handmade tag, but what you can do is put it around yourself, right? And you can come over here and anywhere you want to button it, you can button it. You make it tighter, make it looser, whatever. You just pop the button in. Well, when you're not sleepy. so, but anyway, that gives you a general idea. You see. Or you can button it the other way so that the button is showing. However you want to do it. It'll work both ways. So that's that. This was a whip last time I showed it, and it's finished. It's a triangle scarf. And this was a yarn from Hobby or Hobie, I'm not sure. But it's a triangle scarf, and it's done now. It's a faux. So there's that. And this is a shawl and a cake opal colorway. It has it's a shell stitch, and it has like these pastel-y blue and pinky purple metallic colorway running through it. But the yarn color itself is called opal. And I trimmed the edges with Line Brand's Go for Faux in Chinchilla. I do believe it was Chinchilla. Pretty sure it was. Anyway, it's a rectangle wrap or scarf. That's how I wear them, usually as a scarf. So you can see the colorway there. How it just kind of switches up from light shades to dark shades. I kind of think it should be called like marble, because it looks more like marble to me. And the reason why it never made it on a video upload last time was because as soon as I finished it, I took pictures of it, and when I did that, I had a lady who was like, I want it, I want it, I want it. But then she ended up, unfortunately, she ended up in the hospital with COVID. She's still not doing good at all. And so I still have it. And I say that to say this. I don't have an Etsy shop, but if I ever show anything that you want, I will sell anything. I have PayPal, right? So there we go. I don't know if she'll come back for it when she gets to feeling better, or if it's just off the table now, because right now everything is so touch and go, we don't know. You know what I mean? The new yarn, the new Line Brand Moroccan Night Yarn. This is the colorway Prince, and I will run down it and show you how it played out. It is basically ivory, brown, tannish colors, and blue. And I love brown and blue together. It is a more, what do you call it? A reserved bling bling. It's not like boom in your face. It's subtle. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a more subtle bling, which is fine. I like that. I don't think that it always necessarily needs to be this loud. This is beautiful. They're both beautiful, but I'm just saying I like it. And I know Crystal over back in the day when she did a review, she didn't really much care for it, and she said it was twisting up on her. But I found that when I got a few yards into it, it stopped doing that. The only time that it did twist is when I was just doing a chain, which worked out perfectly for my edging. Check this out. Can you guys see this? They twist all on their own. That's just a chain. But because it twists like that, and there's a hair in it, sorry, it just kind of gave it a little, it looked like I did something I didn't, you know? It was crazy. And so I liked that. And there's the other end. Just all these twisties, and it just, I don't know, it made it look cute, I thought. Just got a little matching beanie to go with it because I had some left over. One more thing. I'm trying to get moved through this. This is a blast from the past. This is like from the 80s. I call it the Rip Torn Scarf. It's one entire cake from Hobby or Hobium. I get those two mixed up, I don't know. But it's one entire cake, and I made it way a little bit too skinny. So therefore it's like, I don't know, 20 feet long. I don't know how long it is. But it goes to a whole entire colorway. I call it Rip Torn, because when I saw the funky colors of this cake, it needed a funky pattern, I thought. So let me just go through the colorway real quick, if it quit twisting up on me. But you see how, if you're older like I am, you know, you're familiar with those colors of the 80s, man. Everything was about pop, and color. And I just thought, pairing it with this stitch where it looks like it's been through something, ripped and torn. You see how many different color changes? Isn't that crazy? until it comes all the way back around to this really dark evergreen. But I like to work with happy colors once in a while, and maybe it's because it reminds me of the 80s and my time when I was my childhood. So there's that. But you can double it up, triple it up, make the loop and pull it around, and it's just something for fun, because I like a little bit of color in my life sometimes. Riptorn. That's not the name of the tutorial. The lady that did the tutorial, I don't think she gave it really a name. I think she just called it a quick and easy scarf or something like that. Oh yeah, I made me a scrunchie with some of that Red Heart gemstone yarn, what I had left over. Just put a little few wooden beads on there. And that's it for the faux. And real quick, I'll show you my whip. I'm using this Cotton Kings cake. Right there. This is the colorway. It started off in these mauve colors, and I'm picking up that part of the other scarf too. Mauve, violet, purpley. And this was done in the same stitch as Crystal's top over at Bag of Day. I can't remember which one, but only I'm just doing it in a rectangle wrap. And it's going to be, I love rectangle wraps, and it's kind of stuck behind me. This is one I made before, and I've shown it before. But it's going to be like this rectangle wrap. Only a different stitch. So it'll be like that, only in this stitch, because I like to, just switch it up. And I don't believe it, I do think I actually got done. I think I moved through that pretty quickly. Hopefully I didn't gloss over anything. But if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Like I said, if anybody wants to buy any of this stuff, everything's always for sale. Yeah, I think that covers everything. So love all my hooking homies, and what I always say, holla at your girl.